Hello and good afternoon. My name is Amber Bramlett, and this is just a quick look at your course. You have registered for the CDA Independent Study. So today we will just take a look at that course and what is expected, and maybe I can answer any questions you may have. Okay, so within your Canvas dashboard, you will see CDA Independent Study. You just click on that link and you will see your CDA coursework. Now, the first thing I want to look at is your syllabus, because it tells you a little bit about what to expect. This is 3 courses in one. You will be receiving credit for ECH 2203 Exceptional Child, ECH 1113 Foundations, and ECH 1103 Child Growth. As we go through this semester, you will see that many of the assignments will have objectives from one or more of these 3 courses. You also have been registered for a practicum. Now the practicum will be under a different instructor who will be contacting you, and you guys can figure out a time when she can see you in your child care facility. Your prerequisites for this course, of course, are the books that we have for the CDA credentialing process. We will be using those quite a bit during our time together. Your workbook will be a source book. You will not have to turn in the workbook pages. I did want to make that clear. You have several learning objectives for this course, including the preparation of a portfolio that eventually will be sent to Washington in order for you to get your CDA certification. You will also finish several projects in regards to child growth and exceptional children. You have a couple of book projects and some really fun activities that I think you will enjoy. And then, of course, you will be demonstrating your content knowledge, and we will do that by studying different theorists and different child care related areas. And in fact, you will look at 13 functional areas in total, and to complete your CDA coursework you will have to make a binder or portfolio with all of those 13 functional areas. So basically I would buy a large binder, and as we go through each module, I would print those and put them in the binder in order. I will show you an example of a binder as soon as I get one that has all the tabs and everything already done, so you will know how to do that part of this process. Finally, when you complete your hours and your resource collection, you will send it to the National CDA Assessment Center and receive your CDA training certificate. All right, so let's hop on over to modules, and we'll just talk about a couple of things. You do have some instructions and important information about the course, and then you have an introduction, and I have put my introduction here, and you can introduce yourself here. Feel free to add a picture or talk about your family. I have a husband who's also a teacher, and he's the football coach and head baseball coach at Heber Springs High School. We have 2 sons, Bo, Dylan, and Ryan. We are river people. We live right beside the Little Red River here in in northern White County. Just kind of look through this and then just tell me about yourself. Oh, I do want to tell you that I will be traveling to El Salvador on February 21st. I will be gone a week, but I will still have access to Canvas. So hopefully there will be no interruption of our time spent talking about lessons and things like that. But if you need something quickly, I have let the other early childhood education professor know to be on standby. All right. So that's just a little about me. Email is the quickest way to get in touch with me, And I do want to point out, though, that I do not answer emails after about 6 p.m. That is the time I spend with my family, and so I try very hard not to do any work after that time period. So the best time to email me is, sometime between 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. is usually when I start answering emails, between 7 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. All right. Let's go ahead and go to modules. And after your introduction, there is a child maltreatment form and video. You may have already done this, and if so, that's great. Just tell me that you have, and then we'll go ahead and move on past that. But if you have not, it is vital, it's actually a state law, that you watch the maltreatment video and sign this form. And the easiest way to get it back to me would be to scan it and just send it to me through this submission box. All right. One long-term assignment that I would like you to start working on is your professional philosophy statement. This will be included in your CDA portfolio, and it's basically just your own personal philosophy about education and children. It will evolve the longer you're in this profession, as you have new experiences and you gather new information. My philosophy has changed dramatically since I began in education about 11 or 12 years ago, and yours will too. But your beginning philosophy is always based on your own values, experiences, and education that you have right now. They're wonderful things to write, and it really is a good way to kind of get in there and just think about what you truly believe and value, because those kinds of things will remain true throughout. It may evolve, and your philosophy may get larger, and you may add more things, but your values usually stay the same. From the very beginning of mine, a core value of my philosophy is that children need to feel safe, they need to feel cared for, but children also need to be engaged and love what they are learning. And that is just something that I've always had as part of my philosophy. But I'll send you mine and let you look at mine, and you can use that as an example. Okay, Module 1 is where we're starting this week, and of course everything is due by January 19th. This is a relatively short module. The first thing you'll see is your to-do list, and it tells you the textbook pages in both of the books, and you hit next. It will tell you about your first resource collection. Now in this class, you will have both resource collections and competency statements. Resource collections are when you are actually in the field gathering information. For example, this assignment is all about gathering a menu for a daycare or preschool or child care center. You need a sample of a 2-week menu and, a 1-week menu. And it would be better if it had breakfast, lunch, and snack. I know dinner is usually not served in most daycares. It is in some, but as long as it has breakfast, lunch, and snack, it will be just fine. And all you need to do is scan that in and submit it through Canvas. The next resource that you are to gather this week is just the completion of an indoor and outdoor safety checklist that is located in your book, one of your books that, let's see. Yes, it is located in your book, I believe your textbook in pages 23 through 33. After you complete the indoor and outdoor checklist, you need to put those in your portfolio, and then so I'll know, so we can talk about it. I want you to just answer these 3 questions. I want you to tell me which items you left unchecked, what the facility could do to improve, and if you were surprised by anything. The final thing you're supposed to do this week is your first competency statement, and please do not let these scare you, because they are really not that long. You don't have to do a page or 2 per competency statement. A couple of paragraphs is usually just right. This assignment is for both pre-K and infant toddler. there are 2 parts. Each part should be no less than 100 words. The first part, you need to describe your teaching practices as they meet Area 2 healthy. It says candidates provide an environment that promotes health and prevents illness and teaches children about good nutrition and practices that promote wellness. Basically, tell me how you could do this. How can you prevent illness in your classroom? How can you promote good nutrition and promote wellness? I know there are lots of things that teachers do to kind of stave off illness. I know we're in flu season right now, and it's a little bit scary, but teachers take extra precautions to make sure their students do not catch viruses and things while they're in the classroom. I know you cannot help every illness that travels through your classroom, but there are ways to promote wellness. Okay, so that is the first one. And each one of these, by the way, should be a piece of paper by itself in your portfolio. Secondly, reflect on the menu. Okay, so now I want you to talk about that menu. Consider the choices that were made when putting that menu together. Were all the nutritional needs met? Were there variances in the food choices? Were there plenty of fruits and vegetables? Plenty of whole grains? Just kind of describe the menu for me. And again, it doesn't have to be any longer than a couple of paragraphs. About 100 words will suffice. And again, the way that students usually do this is for each competency statement, it is a separate page. So for each paragraph, it's a separate page. That way, when you flip through it and it is labeled and numbered, it'll be easier to find it. All right, so this is your first week. And if you have any questions or concerns, oh, I see you did your introduction. Awesome. Okay, if you have any questions or concerns, just feel free to let me know. Until next time.